This video was recorded about a week after Sophie's passing, but I didn't post it until now because, for one, I didn't know whether it would be appropriate, but I think it's a tribute, and I think it would help us process what happened. And the second thing was, I was waiting maybe someone who's Sophie's friend would post her birth time, because her birth time is not public. But that didn't happen, so it's okay to cry. Hey guys, how are you? I have to say I've been feeling some sadness for the past week because a young artist named Sophie accidentally died around the full moon last week on the 30th of January. And I wanted to do a video looking at the chart, the human design, the astrology, the cards of truth. I don't know the birth time. I know the birth date is September 17, 1986, but the time is not made public. But what I saw from the chart, regardless of the time of birth, is that Sophie was either an 8 of clubs or a 7 of clubs. As all clubby people, always wanting to experiment, always trying to distribute, to impart, to refine ideas. And I think her human design, we don't know what profile she was. She could have been between a 3-5, a 2-5, or a 2-4. I suspect she was a 2-5, just like Little Peep. A very sensitive profile, a personality that wants to be left alone to do their own thing, but they are called by people to be out there and to also channel people's fantasies and people's expectations. So what I know about her chart, like, this doesn't change regardless of the birth time, is the soul planet is the sun. So Sophie was here to shine. Sophie was here to be like an example for people, to motivate people as well. I also saw that Sophie had Venus very close to Pluto in the natal chart, like within 2 degrees. And it's really interesting that at the time of her accident, at the time of her passing, transiting Pluto was also conjunct Venus. So something in her natal chart was echoing in the transits. A very intense combination, Venus-Pluto. Another thing that struck me in her human design this time, she has, regardless of her birth time, she has the 12-22 line. It's a very emotional line. It's a very artistic line. It's connected to poetry, to music, to acting, to any way that you can express your feelings, your moods in an artistic manner. She was probably a very moody person. When she didn't feel like doing something, you couldn't force her to do something. And she had to wait for the perfect time to express something. She also had the 34-10 line, which is empowered self-expression or empowered self-love, because the gate 34 is the gate of power and the gate 10 is the gate of self-expression or self-love, because what is self-love is, if not truly self-expression? And I think that's what she did. Her identity as an artist was very important to her. So she wanted to be remembered always like as an artist. That was the most important thing for her. And music was her language, was the way she expressed her feeling best, maybe better than in normal conversation. I also decided to do like a little tribute, to use some crystals and some incense and a candle to remember Sophie and to connect to Sophie. And I hope everyone who was impacted by this finds the time to process their grief and integrate what the Sophie experience was for them. So for my tribute to Sophie, I decided to use the following crystals and stones. First, pearls, because she has, of course, her album called Oil of Every Pearls on Insides. Then we're gonna use celestite. Associated with celestial beings, celestite is strongly connected to divine energy and cosmic supernatural forces. As a result, this gem is best used for pursuing spiritual strength. Sophie is an ethereal being. I know that her family, her friends started a petition to name a newly discovered planet as Sophie in her honor, because the artwork that Sophie used very much resembles to the images captured from this new planet. So that's why I decided to bring celestite into the mix. Another reason for choosing celestite is because for me it evokes Neptune. And as you can see, Neptune was really on Sophie's Jupiter moon at the time that she passed. Neptune is the planet of fantasy, escapism, illusions, but also disillusionment and connecting on a deeper level to the spirituality of the collective. Shamanic dream quartz is a very beautiful type of quartz, and it's connected to dreams, to dreaming and astral projections, and again connecting to beings in other worlds and other dimensions and gaining wisdom from them. And I also think this combination of three is very connected to creativity and purity, because pearls are the stone connected to the moon. In ancient Vedic texts, the pearl is born out of the earth's waters and the heaven's powers. Fertilized by a flash of lightning, it's considered to be the daughter of the moon. In Western cultures, the pearl has astrological associations with the planet Venus. If you remember the famous painting of the birth of Venus, it's born from a seashell. So, like pearls, the goddess of love came from the sea. In many other ancient cultures, the pearl represented the journey of the soul along the path to perfection, because the white of the pearl represents purity. In ancient burials, mourners often placed pearls in the mouths of the deceased. Since the pearls apparently contain the principles of life, they hoped that in that way they could assist the dead on their journey beyond. Even in more modern times, pearls are often used for jewelry to symbolize the tears of mourning. I'm also gonna add a candle, but not any candle, a glitter white candle, because I think that is appropriate. Of course, white again is the color of purity, and the glitter shows the sparks of inspiration, and it can also show the stars above us. Gonna light the candle. And I'm also gonna add frankincense, because frankincense is used for purification, especially, let's say, in Greece. They really love in the Eastern Church to use frankincense for purification. And because she died in Greece and she had a connection to Greece, her girlfriend was from Greece, then I think this is appropriate. And I just want to say that, Sophie, you were like a meteor going through this world. You seemed like a very gentle spirit, yet very powerful, like a strong hand in a velvet glove. Your friends were saying that you were able to command the room just with your simple, gentle demeanor. So wherever you are, I know that you are connecting to the astral beings and the astral forces you very much admire while you are still on this earth. And you will be always loved and remembered by your friends, your family, and all those people whose life you have touched. So this is for you, dear Sophie. I hope your passing was kind to you. I hope your existence is kind to you right now.